Hi lovelies, it's Jess and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all having a good week so far. Comment down below how you're going in these crazy and particularly challenging times. I just thought I would check in with you all and just see how you're all managing, and if there's anything that I can do, please let me know. I love getting your comments and I do my best to reply to all of them. So let me know how you're coping at the moment and if there's any video requests that you have. But today's video, I want to talk about how to restore daily order and get back on top of your 2020 routine, because a lot of us have had significant changes in our lifestyles and our day-to-day routine and how we spend our time. A lot of us are studying or working from home, and even our responsibilities and workload has changed significantly. So I'm going to share with you some tips on how to be working smarter and not harder, create more time in your day for the things that are really important to you so you can have more of a work-life balance. And if you feel like your 2020 routine is in need of some serious adjustment, then this video is for you. Also, a big thank you to Adobe Acrobat for sponsoring this video. So I'm going to talk more about how their software is helping me to plan out my days more efficiently and maximize my productivity while working as we get into this video, so stay tuned for that. But let's get straight into my tips to help you restore daily order and get back on top of your 2020 routine. So let's get into it. Okay, so I want to start by talking about the need to restore our lost order. So with many of us working from home and practicing social distancing, usual routines have changed considerably. You might even find that your new routine basically needs to be built from scratch. So here are some tips on restoring daily order and creating a realistic, healthy, and productive routine for the remainder of this year. Also, the benefits of a routine are many. So creating a routine or restoring daily order, it helps relieve that sense of uncertainty that a lot of us are experiencing at the moment, because there's a lot of things that are out of our control. And also having a schedule and knowing what your day will be like can really create that much needed security and comfort that we're all missing. So whenever I plan out my day in advance, it feels so satisfying. By planning out your day ahead, you're far more likely to tick things off your list the following day, which gives you that sense of achievement and replaces that chaos and uncertainty. Alright, so let's start off by considering your new schedule. So think about your new start and finishing times during the day. If you used to commute to and from work, what are you doing with that extra time in the morning and the evening? Are you utilizing it productively? It can be really tempting to sleep in, and if you find you're feeling particularly tired, then definitely listen to your body. But otherwise, I really encourage you instead to get up at your usual time and fit in some stretching or make a delicious breakfast or do some exercise. Don't procrastinate through that extra time. Instead, think of ways that you can utilize it. Now, I've been receiving a lot of requests to create more content for how to study and work from home and manage your new schedules while trying not to procrastinate. And I'm sensing that a lot of you are lacking that motivation to get started or complete tasks, or you're feeling really overwhelmed and not really knowing where to start. So that's why I'm really excited to be partnering with Adobe Acrobat for this video, and using their create and edit features, I've actually put together a really special productivity planner to help you get your life back on track and restore daily order for the rest of 2020. My planner is completely free, so you don't have to pay for it. I'm just going to leave a link in the description box down below and you can click it to download it. And you can customize it yourself to put today's tips into practice and make sure that the planner suits your own needs simply by using the edit features available in Adobe Acrobat. Also, I like the idea of planning out my day the night before, so if you like, you can edit this PDF each evening and then save it to your desktop to help you restore that daily order. Now, it's really important that you are intentional with how you plan out your day. So many people say they are too busy for things, but in reality, they just haven't made it a priority. I can definitely relate, because I have at times that I'm too busy to exercise, but then I've realized it's just not something that I've made a priority, and that is something I'm really trying to be mindful of now. So it's a really good time to reconsider your priorities and adjust this to your new normal, because we don't know how long this sort of a situation is going to last. That means prioritizing healthy habits like eating well, getting enough sleep, exercising daily, getting fresh air, and making sure that you're filling your days with little acts of self-care. So focus on building them into your day now and use this time as an opportunity to create a more supportive, fine-tuned, sustainable, and nurturing lifestyle. And be really clear on how you want to be spending your time and that it's in a way that serves you, your well-being, and your big picture goals. Okay, now let's plan out your day. So this goes without saying for this video, but you need to schedule your day and use a planner. Think about what time you'd like to wake up and then schedule your night routine accordingly. Decide what time of the day you're most alert and want to focus on your work or other important tasks and block them out. Scheduling time to exercise and of course me time as well. I like to call it me time, but it's really self-care. And remember that if it's not written down, you are much less likely to commit. So that's why I think having a planner is really essential. Now, this planner that I have created for all of you, it can help you intentionally plan your day, and I've been using it to consciously plan out my weeks and prioritize what is most important, both for work and personal commitments, no matter if it's for the home or office. Now, in addition to having space to write out your day and block out time for tasks, there is a well-being checklist because, hey, this is my planner, I've created it, there had to be something to do with well-being in here. And I've written down a couple of things that are my essentials for getting me through these challenging times. So for me, it's about getting fresh air, moving my body, sleeping at least 8 hours a day and taking a lunch break, but also having 5 minutes of deep breathing every day. So it may be different for you, but it's really important to think about what is your well-being checklist, and you can customize it and make sure that it meets your own needs. I've also written out a number one priority for the day, or your SDA, single daily action, as I like to call it. And I find that that really helps me to not get overwhelmed by so many tasks, because I think this idea of having priorities has really changed from a top priority to almost as if everything is a priority now. And we are so much more like human doings and less like human beings. So I think that having one top priority for the day really helps to combat that and really reduces those feelings of overwhelm or stress. I've also included an area for a daily reflection. Again, you can customize this planner, but I think that having a daily reflection is really important when we're being intentional with how we plan our day. So thinking about what worked, what didn't work, and what do we want to do a little bit differently tomorrow. Also, a little mention about Adobe Acrobat here. So I have the Adobe Creative Cloud on my computer and I installed Adobe Acrobat. Now, while it's great for editing PDFs, if you want to convert any files you have received, such as a JPEG or a Word document, into PDFs, then it does that too. This planner was originally a JPEG file that I made, and using the Create feature, I converted it into the PDF, so you can all edit and customize it with the edit feature yourself. Also, it does work the other way around too, so if you want to export a PDF file to become a Word doc, then you can, and it's especially handy if you're working on a document with other people in your class and find it much easier to edit a Word doc instead of a PDF. Also, I'm hoping with this little demo that I've created for you now that you can see how easy it is to edit the file and customize it yourselves. Alright, I also want to talk about the importance of making more time for the things that you love. So planning me time is essential, and it is not a luxury. There is no need to leave out things that you love, whether it's reading, creative hobbies, your favorite TV shows, or baking. Of course, unexpected things do happen and urgent tasks can pop up unexpectedly. However, when you plan for rest, relaxation, or more fun, it does increase the likelihood of finding that time more regularly. Now, I've personally found that my work schedule has increased recently, and I feel like that's the same case for a lot of students working remotely, because now that you're doing online study, there's a lot of other things that you have to factor in. So I want to talk to you about working smarter, because if you're trying to re-establish a routine and get on top of daily order, then there has to be a lot of readjusting to the new norm, and unfortunately a lot of time has been wasted unnecessarily in the process because we just haven't had the systems in place to make the transition as smooth as possible, particularly with online study and working from home. Now, I thought I'd just add in a little story here. I remember when I was in my third year of studying psychology that I had a couple of classes that were online, and I honestly don't know why that was at the time, But I do remember that for one of my statistics assignments, we had to submit the work through a virtual uni portal, and it was the biggest hassle. So I actually can't imagine how frustrating certain tasks that should be relatively simple must be for anyone watching who's currently studying online. I used to write all my notes for math class by hand, so having to do them on a computer was really tough, and then I could only submit one file for my assignment, but it had multiple sections and it was just an absolute mess. And my tutor, who was actually one of my favorite teachers from my undergraduate degree, she was so nice about it and ended up letting me email the files to her separately because it was just stressing me out with the deadline. So if you found yourself wasting time trying to submit your work online, or struggling to convert your handwritten notes, or trying to submit multiple files and it's really just eating into your precious time, then I really recommend you download the free Adobe Scan app as well. So it's great for converting and organizing handwritten notes into PDFs, especially if you find it much easier to write notes by hand for subjects like chemistry, biology, or maths, where you need to include equations and diagrams. And also, submitting work used to be as simple as handing it straight to the teacher and putting it on their desk. So you really shouldn't have to budget in more time for this when it comes to online studies, because it just eats into your precious time where you could be focusing more on your own needs. And that is essential, especially in these much more stressful times we're living in. Now, I also wanted to just talk about the importance of giving it time. Now, patience is a virtue. It is certainly not one of my strong points. However, habits do take a few weeks to become second nature. So it requires more discipline at the start, but it does get easier, I promise. I do find though that in creating new habits or changing up my routine, in order to be more disciplined, having it written down and planned out really helps. Otherwise, I'm not really likely to commit because it hasn't become a habit just yet. It's not second nature. So that's why I wanted to use Adobe Acrobat and create this planner to help all of you. And also it really helps me. So I'm not really getting caught up on spending too much time on the little minor tasks every day, such as emails or getting lost in all of my to-dos, that really only distract me from the bigger picture, like creating content for YouTube and working on my blog or running my stationery business Educationary. So a big thank you again to Adobe Acrobat for sponsoring this video. Click below to download my free digital planner I've made for all of you to help you restore daily order and just get back on track of your 2020 routine and feel a lot more in control of your day-to-day life. Also, I'll have a little link down below if you want to download Adobe Acrobat, but because I know a lot of you are students, I just wanted to mention that if you do want to access that software, that the Creative Cloud All Apps plan has a student discount, so you get 70% off. So if you're a student, good sort of thing to know. It also has other software like Premiere Pro, Illustrator, InDesign, and Lightroom, and fun fact, this video is being edited through Premiere Pro. So there you go. Okay, so go customize your free productivity planner. Let me know if you found these tips helpful and if you like this planner and the way that I've set it out and also the ease of customizing it. I would love to hear your thoughts. And of course, if there's anything else that you want me to film, let me know in the comments down below. But I hope you all have a really happy and productive week. Stay safe, stay happy, and I'll see you all very soon with another video. Mwah! Bye, lovelies.